So children will see. Similarly, history is also essential in planning radio programs. For example, Akashvani has preserved recordings of all speeches delivered each year by the Prime Minister of India on 15th August. Archives. We have already studied about archives. We know that separate um, uh, all these we can say all these things that is preserved in our archives, so we can have that first speech which was delivered by our prime minister, Pandit Nehru, it is also preserved. So all these things, it is preserved recordings are there in our archives. So it invites historians as experts for discussion on various occasions. Lectures on a contribution of various national leaders need to be supported by historical information. Programs like On This Day in History are also integral part of daily programs of Akashvani. So Akashvani All India radio programs, during these programs, they used to telecast about importance of the day, what happened before 50 years ago, 100 years ago. So this type of thing is also discussed in Akashvani program. Television channels also telecast programs based on history. Doordarshan and other television channels help in creating interest in history among people through their historical shows and serials. Children, last class or last year or in your 8th standard already we know that I used to discuss with you about Epic channel, and I think most of you have watched this channel, Epic channel. So nowadays we are having so many history channels is also there. So we can have so many channels which telecast about history. We can have a look or glance in our past through these channels. So these type of thing is very important, that television, they also played a very important role to make aware the people about the importance of this day, about the importance of any event. So there are channels in our television, particularly it is devoted to history. So especially I will mention here, if you get time in your leisure time, you should watch Epic channel. It is very informative and we can get so many information about history. While producing this type of programs, maintaining the accuracy with regard to presentation of environment, outfit, weaponry, lifestyle, lingual expression, etc. are important. Understood? One need to have deep understanding of history of the concerned period. So it is very important. So experts or historians, legal advisor, all these people, they played a very important role. If you want to telecast any matter related to history, historical matter, so it need to be scrutinized, it need to be analyzed, because we cannot show telecast anything of our own. We need to have authentic information. So that needs advice, expert advice. Understood? So that is very important. We cannot show anything about history. We need to have proof. We need to have experts' advice. So that is very important. So you can see Ramayana, all these programs, they were telecast in the Doordarshan. So now during this lockdown time, we have already witnessed all these serials once again. So these were the epic serial, or we can say landmark serials of our Doordarshan, of our television, Indian television, I can say. Understood? So mythological serials are also telecast, है ना? Currently, channels like Discovery, National Geographic History have opened a rich treasure of global history for audience. To make such program more entertaining, some parts of serials are actually enacted by actors. People with deep knowledge of history in the respective field are sought out in all fields mentioned above. So, this type of channels, Discovery Channel, National Geographic Channel, they are treasure of global history for the audience. We can get so many type of information from these channel. Understood? And apart from this, they are very entertaining. Huh? So many actors, they also acted about the particular event. So people with deep knowledge of history in the respective field are very important. They are very much in demand in above the field. If anybody wanted to telecast any serials regarding history, regarding any event, So the it needs expert advice. So it is very important to make such program more entertaining. Some part of serials are actually enacted by actors such as character of heroic men and women, sportsmen, army chiefs, etc. Besides these serials about ancient monument, forts, history of empires and also history of culinary arts are watched by large number of people with great interest. अगर आप एपिक सीरियल देखते हो तो उसमें राजा रसोई और कहानियाँ आती हैं, अन्य कहानियाँ. सो देयर वी कैन से we can see culinary arts, history of culinary art, that what happened during Mughal time, what happened during ancient time, what type of food they used to eat. So detailed knowledge we can have from that channel. So this type of thing is very important. So in mass media also, knowledge of history, or there is we can say there is relation of history, there is we can say history is also there in the field of mass communication. There is a relation between, there is we can say some kind of relation or some kind of knowledge which is required in mass media, which is related to history. So so many years before, one serial was there about we can Bharat Ek Khoj, understood, discovery of India. It was written by Jawaharlal Nehru. So from that serial we can have knowledge about our ancient, medieval and modern time. So that was very important. From these programs people were able to know about our ancient and glorious culture. So this type of serial was telecast by Doordarshan that time, and it was very important. It played a very important role by so many people. They got to know about our India, about our country, about our history, Harappan civilization, Vedic history, interpretation of Ramayana and Mahabharata, Mauryan period, Turk Afghan invasion, Mughal period, and contribution of Mughal emperors, Bhakti movement, role of Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj. So this Bharat Ek Khoj was very important serial during that time. It was a main landmark serial of our Indian television. So children, people with deep knowledge of history are also they are also very important. They are also very in much demand in field of mass media and communication. Understood? So this is all about your lesson. I hope you will read your lessons thoroughly again and again, and you will get to know that what is the importance of mass media in history, what is the importance of history in mass media, how knowledge of history can be applied in mass media, what is the role of history in communication. So this is very important. What the role of newspaper in our life, what was the role of newspaper before independence and after independence, how newspaper was started, and before invent of newspaper, how the people they used to communicate with each other, what were the main landmark in pre independence newspapers. So you are supposed to make a column, you are supposed to write all those newspaper name, the year they established and by whom, what were the main important idea of those newspapers, what were the main important headline of those newspaper. So this type of column you are supposed to make in your classwork copy, so that you will able to remember. And children, some important extra information also given in your lesson, like in the British India, the first English news bulletin was broadcast on 23rd July 1927 from Mumbai, and from how many places they got this in All India Radio was established in which places. So this type of small clips are also given in your lesson, which I hope you will go through that and read your lessons thoroughly. Understood? In your next period I will give you question answer. Thank you.